we define the next term. It is called derivative of the complex function. So what is the definition? Let W equal to f of z be a single valued function of the complex variable z. Then derivative of W equal to f of z at a point z equal to z0 is defined as dw by dz at z equal to z0 equal to f dash z 0 equal to limits z tends to z0 f of z minus f of z0 divided by z minus z0, provided the limit exists and has same values for all paths in which z approach to z0. So this is formal definition. 2 to 3 things you have to note down here. The number 1, derivative is always defined for single valued function. As we know, any complex number for z, a defined function may be single valued or multi-valued. Okay, so in that case, function must be single valued. Number 1. Number 2, derivative at a particular point z equal to z0. This is notation is denoted by dw by dz at z equal to z0 or simple f prime at z0, means f dash z0, and this derivative is given by this limiting value, limit z tends to z0 f of z minus f of z0 divided by z minus z0. Again the same thing, you can say that this value exists provided the limit exists. Means limit should be unique and has same value for all path in which z approach to z0. Means z tends to z0 आप कोई भी ले लो, ये लिमिट की वैल्यू एक ही होनी चाहिए. So z tends to z0, there are infinitely ways in which z approach to z0, but in all that case the limit should be same. This is formal definition. So in order to check whether the differentiation or derivative exists or not, you have to check out this limit. Now for in more precise form, if you take suppose z0 equal to z plus delta z, this is called the neighboring point, because if z0 is any point here, then z should be somewhere here, anywhere z, and then you have to take z tends to z0. So we assume that suppose the value of z0 will be equal to z plus delta z. Then what happen? If you take z0 equal to z plus delta z in this limit, then dw, I think this is z, this should be z. Assume that z equal to z0 plus delta z. So if we put here the value z, z0 plus delta z minus f of z0, difference of z minus z0 here, this is delta z, because z equal to z0 plus delta z. And if z tends to z0, this z tends to z0, so delta z tends to 0. So this is another form. Alternatively, you can simply replace this z0 by any complex number. So if you simply replace by simple z, and you can write the definition something like this: dw by dz equal to f dash z equal to limit delta z tends to 0, f of z plus delta z minus f of z divided by fz. So this is precise form that we are going to use to check the derivative at any point z. Some particular point is given, you can replace here the value of z. Clear? So this is formal definition. Now further, this is derivative at a point z. Further, if w equal to f of z is said to be differentiable in a region R of the complex plane or Z plane, if it is differentiable at every point of that region, and all the rules of differentiabilities are applicable for w equal to f of z. So two things mentioned over here. Here we define the definition of derivative or differentiability at one point, one particular point. Now, if this derivative exists for all point of some region R of Z plane, then you can say that the function is differentiable throughout this region R. Number one. Number two, if it is differentiable, means derivative exists, then you can simply employ all the rules of differentiability to the function. मीन्स डेरिवेटिव के जो आपके पास रूल्स अवेलेबल है, वेल प्रूव है, जो आपने प्रूव कर दिया है, all this will be holds over here. So these are the simple basic rules of the derivative, means addition, subtraction, division. Suppose two functions are given, say f of z divided by g of z, then its derivative, if both are differentiable, then you can apply the division rule for derivatives. So इसका division rule क्या होगा? So denominator into f dash z minus f z upon g dash z divided by gz whole square, provided g of z is not 0. So this is called the division rule. इसी तरह से product रहता है, so you can also apply, but this is possible only when the function is differentiable at that particular point. And when you use the word the function is differentiable, it is necessary that this limit should be exist. And in order to check whether this limit exists, you have to check out the limit for all possible path in which delta z tends to 0. In case, suppose you have to check the differentiability throughout the region R, this one, then you have to check out this limit for each and every point of this region R. So to check the differentiability in a given region, it is very tedious process. It is very complicated because you have to check out the limit for each and every point in this region. So rather to checking this limit, existence of limit in every point of this region R, we are having one standard theorem. With the help of this theorem, you can say that whether the function is entirely differentiable within a given region or not. And if it is differentiable, then how to find the derivative of the complex function. याद रखना, आपने भी जो 12th के अंदर यूज किया है कि how to find the derivative of a function. For example, suppose you know that the value, suppose y equal to fx equal to x square, तो आपको मालूम है इसकी वैल्यू क्या आती है, dy by dx कितना आएगा 2x. लेकिन ये 2x कहां से आया? So this 2x you have derived by using this definition, this type of the definition. Similarly, for complex system, for the function of complex variable, how to write the derivative of the complex function? So rather to using this limiting process, you can write the derivative of the function by another way, simple way. All these things will be followed in the next coming theorem. So this is important theorem. It is called the Cauchy-Riemann equations. Cauchy-Riemann equations, or briefly it is known as CR equation. This CR equations derived by two mathematicians. One is Augustin Louis Cauchy, French mathematician. Another one is Bernhard Riemann, German mathematician. These both together define the condition for the differentiability of the function, and after their name, popularly this, whatever we are going to derive the equation, these are known as Cauchy-Riemann equation. So what is the Cauchy-Riemann equation? This is also a popular question, exam viewpoint. So the statement is like this: the necessary and sufficient conditions for derivative of the function f of z equal to u plus iv to exist for all values of z in a complex domain D. Means what you want to say? That for given function f of z equal to u plus iv, its derivative exists for all value of z within a given domain D of the complex plane. So for the existence, the condition is necessary and sufficient. Necessary and sufficient means double implies. In Gujarati it is called avashyak and paryapt sharat. So what is that condition? So first condition, that del u by del x, del u by del y, del v by del x and del v by del y are continuous function of xy in D, and means all these first order full partial derivatives are continuous function of x and y in D. These are partial derivatives, you know it, how to find. This is derivative of u with respect to x, keeping y constant, u derivative with respect to y, keeping x constant, v derivative with respect to x, keeping y constant, v derivative with respect to y, x constant. So this is first condition. And second condition, this four partial derivative will satisfy these two equations. The first equation is del u by del x equals to del v by del y. Means u derivative with respect to x will be same as v derivative with respect to y, and del u by del y equals to minus del v by del x. So this is second condition, and these both equations are referred as Cauchy-Riemann equation. So what is the statement and what you want to say? That a function, any given function, if you separate into real and imaginary part, then this function is, if it is differentiable in a given domain, then u and v, these two functions, must satisfy these two conditions. So this is called the necessary condition. Forward implies, means analytic, u and v must satisfy these two conditions. And reverse part, sufficient, means if you are having two functions u and v, both are satisfying these two conditions, then the corresponding function is differentiable. So that's the way. Okay. Now let us prove first of all, and then we'll see how to apply. Okay. For the proof, we are considering only the necessary part. Sufficient part, we are not proving, we assume it without proof. एग्जाम में भी क्वेश्चन आता है, इस तरह का आता है, to obtain Cauchy-Riemann equation for differentiable function. So we'll prove that if u plus iv is analytic, then how these two conditions will be holds. Okay. And second thing, in this case, if the function is differentiable, the derivative of f of z, that is f dash z, you can write directly by this formula ux plus ivx without finding the limit. Without finding the limit, you can write the derivative. What is ux? So ux means del u by del x, and v suffix x means del v by del x. तो अगर आपका फंक्शन डिफरेंशिएबल हो गया, means if these two conditions are satisfied, उसका डेरिवेटिव निकालने के लिए आपको लिमिट फाइंड आउट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. You will get the value by using directly this formula. Okay, so these two are suffix notation. This CR equation you can also write in this form of another notation, ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx. For simply to remember, ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus vx. So either in this del notation or you can write in this suffix notation. So let us see how to prove. हम लोग क्या करेंगे, इसको एज्यूम कर लेंगे कि फंक्शन डिफरेंशिएबल है और ये कंडीशन प्रूव करेंगे. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड द डेरिवेशन ऑफ द कोशी-रीमान इक्वेशन. सो लेट अस प्रूफ ऑफ कोशी-रीमान इक्वेशन. एग्जाम में आता है ये. सो सपोज f of z equal to u plus iv is differentiable for all z belongs to D. D is your complex domain. Means differentiable means therefore f dash z exists for all z belongs to D. Therefore, what is f dash z? The definition. So f dash z equal to limit delta z tends to 0 f of z plus delta z minus f of z divided by delta z. Exist, इसकी वैल्यू मिलेगी आपको. Exist and has same value for all delta z tends to 0. This is what the condition for the existence of derivative. Now how to prove that two equation? So I will try to find this limit by two different way, and on equating these two value we will get the required result. Sorry. So now let us call this equation number 1. Assume that complex number, so let z equal to x plus iy. This implies that delta z equal to delta x plus I delta y. What is delta z? Delta z is small change in z, small increment in z. So implies that z plus delta z will be equal to x plus delta x plus I y plus delta y. Now you see here the value of z is x plus iy, and we will take small change in z, that is delta z. So this value z, real part x will be changed to x plus delta x, and imaginary part y change to y plus delta y. Now look at this. We are going to find this expression, this limit. So now f of z equal to u plus iv. क्लियर? अभी यहां पे समझो क्या कहना चाहता है वो, कि वैल्यू ऑफ द फंक्शन f of z equals to u plus iv. Now I make small change in z. So once I make the small change in z, so real part of z is increased by delta x and imaginary part is increased by small delta y. So if we increase the real and imaginary part of this z, then the real and imaginary part of f are also change. अगर आप z के अंदर स्मॉल चेंज डेल्टा z ऐड करते हो तो जो फंक्शन का ओरिजिनल पार्ट जो वैल्यू u थी वो चेंज होके u प्लस some value and imaginary part also will be changed. Assume that the corresponding changes in u and v are delta u and delta v. So this term will be u plus delta u plus I v plus delta v. इसमें कुछ नहीं है, सिर्फ हमने एजम्पशन कर लिया कि मान लो आप x के अंदर z के अंदर डेल्टा z जितना चेंज करते हो तो फंक्शन की रियल वैल्यू भी स्मॉल चेंज होगी, इमेजिनरी वैल्यू में भी स्मॉल चेंज होगा. एज्यूम दैट द स्मॉल चेंज इन रियल पार्ट इज डेल्टा u, स्मॉल चेंज इन इमेजिनरी पार्ट इज डेल्टा v. This is something like this. I will show you that. Look at here. If fx is any function of one variable, now if I change argument f plus delta x, very small change. So what is the value of f of x plus delta x? So you can, if you write the Taylor series expansion over here, so fx plus f dash x delta x plus f double dash x 2 factorial this is delta x whole square and so on. Are you getting this? The Taylor series expansion of f of x plus h, fx plus h f dash x plus h square by 2 factorial f double dash x, etc. in this way. Now since delta x is very small, so if you neglect this value, this one, so what you are getting, x plus delta x equal to fx plus f dash x delta x, and that's what you are using exactly in the error and approximation. Okay, so in this way you can find the value of the function. We are not moving in this part. It becomes little complicated. So just be simple. assume that if you make some change in u plus I z, then its real and imaginary part also be changed. Now we put all this value in this equation 1. So therefore, from equation 1, f dash z equal to limit delta z tends to 0. Now this value u plus delta u plus I v plus delta v minus f of z. So f of z will be कितना होगा?
u plus iv.
u plus iv. यहां पे हमने सिर्फ चेंजेस कर दिया है, डिवाइड बाय delta z. Now this is, if you open this bracket, so this is plus u minus u cut, then plus iv minus iv cut. So in the numerator, what you are having? Delta u plus I times delta v divided by delta z. So therefore, we write this term, this one. So therefore, f dash z equal to limit delta z tends to 0, delta u plus I delta v divided by delta z. Dividing the numerator, separate the numerator. So delta u by delta z plus I delta v by delta z. Now this is the same limit as we have written here in equation number 1, this one. And what is the condition? It should be exist as the same value for all delta z tends to 0. मतलब आप कोई भी डेल्टा z लेके टेंस टू 0 करो तो इसका आंसर यूनिक ही आएगा. Now let us see what we are going to do. So this is unique, this value is unique for all delta z tends to 0. Delta z की कोई भी वैल्यू ले लो, this limit must be unique. Now let us see what is delta z and how to proceed the further. This is for your understanding. So what is delta z? So delta z is a small change in z. z में आपको small change करना है. Now what is z? What is z? So z equal to x plus iy. इसमें आपको स्मॉल चेंज करना है, z की वैल्यू को स्मॉल चेंज करके z प्लस डेल्टा z करनी है. अभी आपको ये वैल्यू चेंज करनी है z की, यू हैव टू मेक सम इंक्रीमेंट इन z और सम चेंज. So there are different ways. Mainly there are 3 possibilities. Number 1, either you make change in only x, सिर्फ x में आप चेंजेस कर लो तो z चेंज हो जाएगा. मीन्स यू कैन राइट x plus delta x plus iy. Just we make change in only x. Second possibility, you can take change in only y, तब भी ये वैल्यू चेंज हो जाएगी. If you make only change in y, means keeping x constant, then x plus I times y plus delta y. And third possibility, you can change in both x and y simultaneously. तो क्या हो जाएगा, x plus delta x plus I y plus delta y. ये चीज समझ में आई आपको? एनी डाउट? एनीवन? नो डाउट? ओके. So x में change, z में change करना मतलब there are three possibility. Either you can change only in x, or you can change only in y, or you can change only in x and y both. In all these three cases, whenever you approach this change in z tends to 0, the limit f dash z must be unique. So now let me know, if you make only change in z, then can you say what is the value of delta z in this case 1? What is the value of delta z in case 1? Enrollment number 18, Garvit. Garvit. બોલો બેટા, શું પ્રશ્ન પૂછ્યો? ફેનિલ, ફેનિલ આસોદિયા, આસોદડિયા,
हाँ सर.
સમજ પડે છે કે પછી?
हाँ.
ગભરાવાનું નહીં ભાઈ, એ તો આ સમજવાનું ધીરે ધીરે તો સમજ પડશે. આ તો શરૂઆત છે સબ્જેક્ટ ની બેટા. હે હા બોલ, સમજ પડી મેં શું લખ્યું અહીંયા આગળ?
हाँ.
થિયરી એક્ઝામ માં પૂછાશે. અંગ્રેજીમાં તકલીફ પડે છે?
नहीं.
હા તો બોલ. સામે સ્ક્રીનમાં દેખાય તને? મેં 3 કલર થી લખેલી છે વેલ્યુ, અલગ અલગ z માં ચેન્જીસ કર્યા છે.
Yes.
z માં ચેન્જીસ કયો આવે? ડેલ્ટા z. ડેલ્ટા z આવે ને z માં ચેન્જ.
हाँ.
76 નંબર તનય બાरू.
यस सर.
z में चेंजेस कितना होगा? z के लिए चेंजेस हमने क्या सिंबल लिया? डेल्टा z. डेल्टा z लिया कि नहीं?
यस सर.
तो यहाँ पे जो मैंने लिखा है स्क्रीन के ऊपर देखो आप, ये वैल्यू दिखती है
यस
आपको?
सर. जी हाँ.
ये दिखती है?
एक्स प्लस आई है. यस सर.
हाँ, ये क्या है? x प्लस आई वाई है.
यस सर.
तो क्या होगा? x प्लस आई वाई इक्वल टू z.
यस सर.
ये वैल्यू, दिस वन.
ओनली एक्स.
और सिर्फ ओनली x में चेंजेस किया मैंने, चेंज लिया ओनली x, तो ये आप क्या हो गया? z प्लस डेल्टा z. तो मैंने पूछा यहाँ पे डेल्टा z कितना आएगा? व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ डेल्टा z? डेल्टा x, because we are taking only change in x.
डेल्टा जेड एक्स.
If you take only change in y, then now the corresponding change in delta z will be delta z equal to I delta y. And if you take the change in both x and y, the value of delta z will be delta x plus I delta y. इस तरह का हो गया. या तो आप ऐसे समझ सकते हो, ऐसे समझ सकते हो कि भाई ये आपका z इक्वल टू एक्स प्लस आई वाई और डेल्टा z इक्वल टू डेल्टा एक्स प्लस आई डेल्टा वाई. ओके, नाउ अभी इफ आई विल टेक z प्लस डेल्टा z, तो क्या होगा, x प्लस डेल्टा एक्स प्लस आई y प्लस डेल्टा वाई. ठीक है, अभी फर्स्ट केस में मैंने ये चीज क्या लिया, यहाँ पे डेल्टा वाई जीरो ले लिया. लुक एट हियर, ग्रीन. तो डेल्टा वाई जीरो ले लो तो डेल्टा जेड क्या हो जाएगा, ओनली डेल्टा एक्स. अगर आप डेल्टा एक्स जीरो ले लो रेड पार्ट में, तो दिस टर्म जीरो, तो डेल्टा एक्स जीरो, so delta z will be I delta y, and if I'll take both non-zero, then delta z is delta x plus I delta y. So this is what the assumption. So I remove this. So we assume that the limit is exist for all value of z, for all value of delta z, in which delta z approach to 0. To prove this result, Cauchy-Riemann equation, let us consider two different values of delta z. So there are two possibilities. Case one, let delta z be purely real. हमें z में चेंज करना है तो डेल्टा z में सिर्फ चेंज करूंगा रियल पार्ट में. दैट इज डेल्टा z इक्वल टू डेल्टा x. चेंज इन ओनली x. x को ही हम चेंज करते हैं, y को चेंज नहीं करते. इफ यू आर नॉट चेंजिंग द y, देन व्हाट हैपन? What can you say about the variable y? Y remain constant. Y constant, there is change in only x. So therefore, now using this limit, it is called the equation number 2. One is previous one. So therefore, from 2, f dash z equal to limit delta x tends to 0, delta u by delta x plus I delta v by delta x. Are you getting this point, everybody? Just I have taken delta z equal to delta x over here. Now let me know what is this value. So I recall you one concept of your 12th standard so you can understand easily. If you write delta capital Y by delta x, what is this? What is this? ये क्या लिखा है मैंने? So the average change of y with respect to x. And if I will take delta x tends to 0, this is called instantaneous change of y with respect to x. Takshanik lux, Gujarati ma. And it is denoted by the symbol dy by dx. So derivative of y with respect to x means the instantaneous limit of y with respect to x. The same thing you are having over here. This term, it is delta u by delta x. Instead of here the capital delta symbol, it is written here only small delta. Otherwise no difference at all. So delta u by delta x, with delta x tends to 0. So this is differentiation of u with respect to x, du by dx. In this present problem, u is a function of two variables, and differentiation of u with respect to x only, because we keep here y constant. So this derivative of u with respect to x keeping y constant is denoted by del u by del x. So del u by del x means u derivative with respect to x keeping y constant. This is called the partial derivative. So this underlying term value as delta x tends to 0 will be del u by del x plus I times the same thing here, it is del v by del x. So first result we obtain here. Therefore f dash z equal to del u by del x plus I del v by del x. This is called equation number capital A. So value of f dash z, you are getting this one. This is our case number 1. Now we consider another case because we require two equations, so we equate both the limit. In second case, now we assume delta z is imaginary. Imaginary means I delta y. So case 2, suppose delta z is purely imaginary. That is delta z equals to I delta y. So we are keeping x constant. If you keep x constant, so therefore f dash z from equation number 2 here, in this equation 2, this delta z is I delta y, this is I delta y. So limit delta y tends to 0, delta u by I delta y plus I times delta v by I delta y. This I cancel, and this 1 upon I equal to minus I. So this is minus I delta u by delta y plus delta v by delta y. And if you apply the same logic, this is instantaneous change of u with respect to y, keeping x constant. So it is minus I del u by del y plus del v by del y. This is equation number B. So in equation A, we are having this value of f dash z in equation B. This is f dash z. Now equating both the values of A and B. So equating A and B. So the real part of equation A is del u by del x, and real part of equation B is del v by del y. So we are getting first equation del u by del x equals to del v by del y, and imaginary part coefficient of I is del v by del x, and here the coefficient of I will be minus del u by del y. So comparing both this, so we will get del v by del x equal to minus del u by del y, and you can see this is what your exactly CR equation, or simply you can write, or you can write in simple way ux equal to vy, इसको याद रखना है आपको, and uy equal to minus vx. So this is proved, Cauchy-Riemann equation. And also from A यहां से आप वैल्यू पुटअप कर सकते हो. So f dash z equal to ux plus, also from A f dash z equal to ux plus ivx.
सर
हाँ
माइनस डेल बी बाई डेल एक्स आएगा ना, आपने जो डेफिनेशन ऊपर लिखवाई थी उसमें तो डेल यू बाई डेल वाई इज इक्वल टू माइनस डेल बी बाई डेल एक्स.
नहीं नहीं यही है, मैं देखता हूँ यही आएगा, देख ले करेक्शन करते हैं. ठीक है, तो पहले ये हो गया ux इक्वल टू वी वाई इक्वल टू माइनस वी एक्स. तो यही चीज ठीक है, ये प्रूव हो गया. नाउ लेट अस सी व्हाट्स वी वांट टू प्रूव. लुक एट दिस. हाँ ux यहाँ पे गलत है, प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक है. ux इक्वल टू वी वाई एंड uy इक्वल, ठीक ही तो है. ux इक्वल टू वी वाई, del u by del x इक्वल टू del v by del y. देख लो,
राइट है सर.
ये रहा है ना, ux इक्वल टू दिस एंड del u by del y, इसको शॉर्ट में बोलते हैं uy इक्वल टू माइनस vx. ये हो गया.